Gold is going to break out in 2022, and I'm taking advantage of it in a big way. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching Yankee Stacking. Yeah, it's my strong opinion that gold will lead silver much higher in 2022. And I'm taking advantage of it. I'm going to be buying more gold in the next few months. And I'm also making another key gold mining stock purchase after this video drops. But before I tell you what kind of physical gold I'm buying and the leveraged gold trade I'm making, let me tell you why I am so bullish about gold and silver too. The odds of a March 2022 Fed rate hike have just hit a new record high of 42%. That's up from 24% about 2 weeks ago and 10% 1 month ago. Guys, it's a foregone conclusion now that interest rates are going to go up from the artificially low level that we're at right now. I do think it will be anemic. I think, we're talking maybe, 1% in the federal funds rate. But hey, guys, that's still very significant. You see, historically, when the Fed has done what they're saying they're going to do now, raise rates from artificially low levels like we have, what do you think happens with the price of gold? It has rallied. It's gone way up, big time, 100% of the time. In fact, during the last 5 times the Fed jacked up rates from under 5%, gold on average went up 195%. If you don't believe me, I'll put the incredible details from 1972, 77, 92, 2005, 2015 in the description of the video below. Check out exactly what gold did during those time frames. You'll be amazed. But do it after you watch this video, okay? Remember to do it, but do it after, because I'm going to share with you what physical gold and gold stock I'm going to be buying. Okay, the physical gold I'm going to buy is more of a type sitting right here on my YouTube desk, but I'm going to tell you about that later. First, I'm going to tell you about the gold stock I'm buying. Yes, it's a junior mining stock, but it is a very different kind of junior. It's Gold Mining Inc. And once you hear about it from their CEO, Alastair Still, you'll know why. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what stock to buy. You do you, okay? So hit the like button. Don't forget the details I mentioned in the description below. Watch the interview with Alastair, okay? And wait all the way to the end of this video to see what kind of physical gold I'm buying next. Welcome, Alastair. Thanks for joining Yankee Stacking.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me on today.
Back in December 15th, the Fed basically laid out its economic outlook for the U.S. in 2022. We're talking good growth, lower inflation, 3 rate hikes. Do you share the Fed's opinion on those 3 things this year? Good growth, lower inflation, 3 rate hikes.
I think all the principles are still intact for the price of gold anyway. And, we have some other factors to consider when we're looking at gold prices. I'm still very bullish on the price of gold. Inflation's a key point. The Fed rate is one. We have some political instability in the world, what's happening with Russia and Ukraine, all these factors. And then, of course, you put in the old traditional sort of supply and demand factor. And I think they all still point very strongly to sustained or even higher metal prices.
All right. So you don't think this bull market in commodities and precious metals is over?
No, absolutely not. No.
We're just getting started, right?
We're just getting started. Let the party begin. Yes.
Awesome. In the intro of my video, I mentioned that historically, when interest rates rise from artificially low levels like we have now, gold rallies hard. But when gold spot price rises, mining stocks perform much better than spot. Why is that, Alastair?
I think it's because there's such a greater leverage to the returns and the value piece. And I think there's nothing better than having, inventory in your portfolio. And one of the things that Gold Royalty has above any of our peers or any of our competitors. We have this enormous portfolio of gold in resources.
Oh, yeah.
16 million ounces measured and indicated, another 16 million inferred. And on top of that, we also have an important piece of copper. 2.7 billion pounds of copper. And copper is such an important strategic metal these days as well.
Your properties, they're diversified all over the Americas. Great jurisdictions. But the most unique thing, I think, when I looked at gold mining was the value that you have with these assets. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Alistair, but you own 20 million shares of Gold Royalty Corp, right?
Correct. Yes, correct.
That one royalty that you hold is worth half of your current market cap?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a shocking part of this. Absolutely. And what we see in the portfolio is the value of gold royalty shares that we own, the 20 million shares. That was a project, and that was an entity we started earlier this year. It was formed by writing small royalties on the assets within gold mining.
Right.
We brought in a new management team, highly experienced management team, David Garofalo and John Griffith, to run it. And the market went crazy for this thing. It was upsized a couple of times. It raised $90 million. And really, that was an endorsement of our underlying assets that the royalties were written on.
Does this mean that your gold resources cost you only like $3 to $4 an ounce?
Yeah, absolutely. It's off the charts compared to our peers. If you look at the enterprise value, taking out that equity holding we have in gold royalty, you're absolutely right.
That is ridiculously low. That's like the lowest per ounce number of any of the juniors I've interviewed by far. This is incredible pricing that you have.
So over 10 years, we've accumulated a lot of assets at very good pricing, but we haven't advanced them. So we haven't started to daylight them. That's really why I got excited. I know you're excited about gold mining.
Yeah.
I'm excited about gold mining. That's why I decided to join this company last year. I'd spent almost 25 years working for major companies. I saw these assets. It's like a blank canvas. They're waiting to be unlocked the value.
You could simply do nothing, right, Alistair? You could just sit on these assets, don't spend a dime on them, just wait, right?
That was one option, not my strategy.
And okay,
yes.
But you could, right? And if gold goes up, your value would skyrocket.
Absolutely.
All right, but you're not, right? You're going to be doing something.
We like to be able to control our own destiny. Yes,
Right.
If the gold price moves, we'll move rapidly with it.
Wow.
But we think by advancing our projects and putting work on them, we can create even more value. And as you say, if our comparable is $20, $30, $40 per ounce in our peer groups, we're talking a 10 to 20 times multiple of where we're at today. That's an insane opportunity for growth within our company.
Amazing. I want to mention the uranium piece. This is huge to me, okay? And I think it's only going to get bigger with the push towards green energy, right? So gold mining actually owns a uranium project, which I don't believe currently gets any value from the market. Is that correct?
It's a great point. We have our Rhea project. It's in the Athabasca Basin. It's on the Alberta side. It's a huge land package. It's a great property, but it's a non-core property for gold mining. It's one that's buried in there. A few analysts have picked up on its value, but really I look at the comparables in that area. You see juniors with much smaller land package worth $50, $100 million. Uranium is so hot right now.
Yep.
That's a great opportunity for us to further daylight. And if you take the model of creating value like we did for gold royalty, we use the same model to create value with this uranium project. It just shows the optionality, the different levers we can pull. We're so well positioned with such a diverse portfolio.
Would you agree, Alistair, that if you buy gold mining, you're kind of getting the uranium play for free?
Well, I would say that, and a lot of our other projects as well, because they're so underappreciated. And not just the uranium piece, but I mean, I'll go back to the copper piece. Yes. We have 2.7 billion pounds of copper in our portfolio. And when copper's priced north of $4 a pound, that makes our projects highly sought after. You put them as a co-product with a gold project, that means we're attracting a much broader base of mining companies, majors, intermediates who are looking at our project and saying, hey, we haven't replaced our own reserves through production for the last several years. How can we do that? How can we do it quickly? We can see projects in the portfolios of companies like gold mining and see how they might contribute to their pipelines.
You're a mining industry professional with over 25 years of experience with majors like Newmont, Goldcorp, Placer Dome. Talk about Amir.
Amir is a great entrepreneur. He's such a forward thinker. I mean, I love what he's done with gold mining. I love the story he pulled together for Gold Royalty. And I also act as the technical services, director of technical services for that company as well.
Yep.
And then you look at his uranium companies, Uranium Energy and Uranium Royalty. You know, the guy is brilliant. He's a true entrepreneur. And when he presented this portfolio to me and said, look, it's sitting there waiting to be unleashed, this was such an exciting opportunity for me, and I can take my experience having worked at operations and project work and corporate development and start to daylight these. I got really excited when Amir sat down and talked to me last year about the opportunity here to join.
Amir Anadi is a guru, in my opinion. I've interviewed him talking about Uranium Energy Corp. I bought in. It's up over 40% in those 4 months. But there are others in gold mining who have similar pedigrees, like Doug Casey, Rick Rule of Sprott, Marian Katusa. I mean,
Yep.
Those are great names.
Exactly. There's some great names who are investors. We've also got some good analyst coverage. Got H.C. Wainwright, Roth, Haywood, and Laurentian Bank have picked up coverage on us. So other groups are starting to recognize the value. On the advisory board, we have David Garofalo, of course, leads Gold Royalty. He's an advisor, as is John Griffith from Gold Royalty. So we've got a wealth of experience and knowledge on this team, and from the teams within the Adnani group, which we can tap into, and it really makes for a powerful force.
That's great inside ownership, people. So I'm going to put you on the spot right now, though, Alistair. What size company would you dare project to be in like 5 years?
Well, that's a broad question, and we can all speculate at a big number. But I'll go back to your earlier comment about how we're valued right now. It's something like $3 to $4 per enterprise value per ounce, which is ridiculous. And I think it's not unreasonable to think that we can get 10 times that amount if you compare it to our peers. Mm-hmm. And will that happen overnight? Maybe not. But as we start to advance our projects, we do have 3 PEAs going right now. Mm-hmm. We've put together new resources on the projects for the key material projects, over 75% of the resources were updated this year as well. So we're advancing those projects. They will be recognized. And, one project we haven't talked about is our Whistler project in Alaska. It's almost 10 million gold equivalent ounces, great jurisdiction, great state. And it's off the chart in terms of, what's happening there. Other companies are making advances, and that project has been sitting idle for a while. It'd be great to see that come back to life again too.
So what we're talking about is a mature company with huge potential valuations in the future, incredible leadership, big name, insider ownership, massively diversified number of projects, a royalty exposure, which I love, uranium exposure, silver and gold ownership at insanely low cost per ounce. I mean, Alistair, this is like, in my opinion, almost a no-brainer. And it's why I decided to become a shareholder and going to add gold mining to my model portfolio. The ticker symbol is right on the screen. You can see it's on the New York Stock Exchange, GLDG. If you want to know exactly what the news is on this company, as it gets released, you can subscribe for free to their alerts. I did, so write this down right now. GLDGnews.com. All right. It's like a hotline to one of the few gold junior companies that trade on the New York Stock Exchange. Is there any other way we could get in touch with you if we had a question?
Well, absolutely. You can reach out through our website, www.goldmining.com. Connect to the info line there, send a message, and either our IR group or myself can get back if there's any technical questions or anyone wants to reach out for more information. Be happy to provide that for any of your viewers.
Awesome. I'll put all that information in the description of the video below. Thanks again for joining me, Alistair. It's been a real
Thanks
pleasure.
For having me, and all the best for the new year ahead. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. That is the leveraged play that I am making this year with gold mining. If you have an IRA, if you have a stock portfolio, please check out gold mining. So what about physical gold? What am I going to be purchasing this year for my stack? Well, it's this right here. Constitutional pre-33 gold. Wow. I tell you, this is something really special. Just like constitutional silver. They don't make this stuff anymore, okay? They make gold bullion, but they don't make this. Pre-33 gold, constitutional gold, if you want to call it that. And there are some types of pre-33 gold that are more expensive than others. And I will be doing a video on the type that I am going to focus on. But in general, it's pre-33 gold for me in 2022. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, I hope your day is A-OK.